and this is my year-old. We have about 80 to 90% of the vet bills that are reimbursed. But I will say we have run into some complications with them as well. Pet insurance, and this goes for about 99% of pet insurances, at least that I found. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Delaney, and this is my year-old French Bulldog, Monte Carlo. If you're new, I want to apologize for taking such a long hiatus and break from YouTube. I've been dealing with a crazy busy schedule. My boyfriend and I just bought a house, so obviously that takes up a lot of our time. So I apologize for not being active on YouTube. I'm sorry if you hear Monty, he's looking at dogs that are walking outside. But yeah, so I'm excited to jump back in, and today's video is highly requested. I'm gonna be talking about if you should get pet insurance, and if so, what kind of pet insurance, and then just answering some commonly asked questions about pet insurance in general. So I have pet insurance, and I'm going to tell you my experience with it. I've had two different kinds of pet insurance, or two different companies, and I'll just tell you about my experience with both. But before we do, please like, subscribe, comment down below what kind of content you'd like to see from me, and I promise in the near future I'll start putting out those videos again. I just had to get through this busy period. I am gonna reference my phone because I have some of my information on here, but I first wanna start with, I have had both nationwide health insurance, and right now we currently have ASPCA health insurance. Now, I can't 100% say that I recommend pet insurance in general, depending on what kind of breed you have. I'm assuming if you're watching this, you might have a Bracephalic breed, a French Bulldog specifically, and I do recommend having pet insurance if you have a French Bulldog, and especially if you spent a lot of time at the vet in the first year of their life. We decided to hold off on getting pet insurance for Monty until he was about 8 months old, just because we wanted to see how often we were at the vet, and it turns out, one, I'm a paranoid dog mom, and I want to make sure he's okay. If I see like a couple of symptoms, I'm like, okay, take him to the vet. I want to see if anything's wrong. So I do recommend health insurance. Again, we have ASPCA right now, and I'm going to tell you the pros and cons and what we like and don't like about it. So first of all, we only had nationwide for about 2 or 3 months, and in our time that we had them, they didn't really cover much at all. We had the comprehensive plan. I don't remember the exact name, but it wasn't the top and it wasn't the bottom. It was kind of a middle ground one, and it didn't really cover much. I felt like for $80 a month, which is what I believe we spent on Monty, it was not as comprehensive as we wanted it to be. Now with ASPCA, we have up to 80% or 90% of all of our health bills or vet bills. We have about 80 to 90% of the vet bills that are reimbursed. Sorry, Monty's barking. But I will say we have run into some complications with them as well. For example, Monty did get his BOAS surgery done, and they didn't cover any of it because it was a pre-existing condition. And you will find this with 99% of the pet insurances that you look at. If it is a pre-existing condition, which with French Bulldogs, a lot of those symptoms are, it will not be covered. So unfortunately, we did have to come out of pocket with the BOAS surgery. But it was what was best for Monty, so it was not a big deal for us. But I will let you know, we did not get covered for that surgery. So the first thing I want to talk about when it comes to pet insurance, and this goes for about 99% of pet insurances, at least that I found, is that there are waiting periods for both when you start your account and when you submit a claim. So for example, I've noticed that for both our nationwide and ASPCA health insurance, when we first started our account, there was 14 days, about 2 weeks before we could actually submit a claim and get reimbursed for it. So just know that if you're going to be going to the vet, you're wanting to be reimbursed for a claim, you should start that at least 2 weeks, that account at least 2 weeks prior to taking your puppy or dog to the vet. And then know that when you submit a claim, there is a little bit of waiting time between, when you pay the vet and then you get reimbursed. So there is waiting periods when it comes to health insurance. Most likely, after a certain amount of time, you'll get reimbursed, but just know that it doesn't happen right away. Also, when you go into, getting your pet insurance, know what your plan does and does not cover, because a lot of genetic things your plan will not cover. And that's what we ran into with Nationwide, is that a lot of like the IVDD, which is common in French Bulldogs, is not covered by Nationwide. Just look into those things that are common with your breed that you might have to deal with in the future. Look into that specific thing and make sure that it is covered by the insurance of your choice. Also, if your pet needs meds, whether it's antibiotics, anxiety meds, whatever it is, check to see if the prescription medicine is covered under your plan. Also, I do want to point out that a lot of pet insurance companies do require a deposit to start your account. So for example, I believe Nationwide and ASPCA were both around $250. And again, that's non-refundable and it doesn't go towards any monthly payment. You still have to make monthly payments on top of that. That is just to get your account started. And then usually the 14-day waiting period goes into effect after you pay that deposit. So just wanted to put that out there. Know that you will have to pay that in advance and it doesn't count towards anything. It's literally just to claim your spot as a member of their insurance company. Other than that, I hope this answered a lot of your questions. I know so many of you recommended me do this video and just talk about health insurance, and I did want to put it out there that I do have health insurance for Monte and what health insurance I have. I recommend it if your pet goes to the vet like pretty often. If not, then it might be something that you can just put a little bit away for, just in case there is a big emergency. I'm not like 100% for it and I'm not 100% against it. I do have it for Monte because we did catch ourselves at the vet quite often his first year, just because again, I'm a paranoid dog mom. So yeah, I did want to give a quick update just before I end this video about Monte's post-BOAS surgery recovery. Everything seems to be going really well. Everyone that was around him before he had the surgery and then after say that his energy levels are up and he seems like a much happier dog now that he can breathe better. His snoring is not nearly as bad. And honestly, it's pretty much gone away altogether. And he does pant when he gets hot, but obviously that's common in all the dogs, but it doesn't sound as like congested. He doesn't sound like he's like gasping for air anymore, which is really good. He does seem to be able to go on walks and not like want to lay down or, collapse when it's too hot. So that's also good. So it's helped with him controlling his heat better. But yeah, I really do recommend that surgery if you feel like your dog has severe stenosis in his nose or her nose. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. And again, I apologize for taking this long hiatus. I will not be doing that again. It just needed to get through this busy season of buying a house and all kinds of craziness that's happened on top of that. But yeah, thanks again, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.